Seniors, let me ask you something personal. How many nights this week did you fall asleep, only to wake up again and again, dragging yourself through the dark, hoping this time you'll fall back asleep, but instead staring at the ceiling for hours? If you're over 60, I know this cycle might feel endless. But let me reassure you, it is not simply old age. And it's not just because you drank too much water before bed. In truth, your bladder may be sending distress signals because it's missing a few simple things. And when those are restored, your body can finally settle down, your bladder calms, and you drift into the deep, peaceful sleep you've been craving. Seniors, let me ask you something personal. How many nights this week did you fall asleep, only to wake up again and again, dragging yourself through the dark, hoping this time you'll fall back asleep, but instead staring at the ceiling for hours? If you're over 60, I know this cycle might feel endless. Imagine this with me. You lie down tonight, close your eyes, and instead of waking every 90 minutes, you sleep straight through. No more stumbling down the hall, no more endless tossing and turning. Instead, you wake up refreshed, with energy you haven't felt in years. Now, what's behind this change? Let's uncover 3 overlooked nutrients that quietly control your bladder and your nights. The first is vitamin D. Most people think vitamin D is just about bones, but what they don't realize is that it acts like a regulator inside your bladder and kidneys. When your vitamin D is healthy, the nerves in your bladder stay calm, only sending signals when it's truly time to go. But when your levels are low, those nerves go haywire, constantly shouting, "Bathroom emergency," even when your bladder is nearly empty. That's why so many seniors wake up 5 or 6 times a night. I'll never forget a retired teacher from Chicago. She told me she hadn't slept longer than 2 hours at a stretch in years. Every night was the same routine: bed, bathroom, toss, turn, repeat. We checked her vitamin D, and it was shockingly low. Within a few weeks of a simple supplement and some gentle morning sunlight, her story completely changed. She slept 5 hours straight without waking, and the tears of relief in her eyes said it all. Seniors, nearly 8 out of 10 adults over 60 are vitamin D deficient. As we age, our skin simply doesn't produce it like it used to. You might not feel it in your bones, but your bladder does. Now let's talk about the second nutrient, vitamin B12. Think of it as the wiring between your bladder and your brain. When your B12 is strong, the signals are clear and accurate. But when it's low, the wires misfire. Your brain gets the wrong message. Urgent, full, must go now, even when there's almost nothing there. That's why you feel sudden urges, weak flow, or the constant need to check the bathroom. One patient, a retired bus driver from Ohio, told me his evenings were ruined. He couldn't sit through a movie with his wife without missing half of it. When we tested him, his B12 levels were severely depleted. After simple changes, like adding more eggs, fish, and a supplement, something remarkable happened. Within weeks, his nightly trips dropped from 5 down to just 1. For him, it wasn't just about sleeping better, it meant freedom. He could go for walks, enjoy dinner, or watch a film without planning his life around the restroom. And here's what most people don't realize. B12 deficiency is extremely common in older adults. As we age, our stomach produces less acid, making it harder to absorb B12 from food. That's why fatigue, tingling hands, memory slips, and yes, urinary problems often show up together. Fixing it doesn't require drastic measures, but the difference it makes in your nights can feel life-changing. Now some of you might be thinking, I've already tried vitamin D and B12, but I'm still waking up. And that brings us to the third missing piece, magnesium. Think of magnesium as the body's natural relaxer. When it's low, your bladder muscles twitch and spasm, making urges feel stronger and harder to ignore. It's like your bladder is constantly restless, even when you want it to be still. Magnesium also helps vitamin D do its job properly. Without enough magnesium, even taking vitamin D may not bring full relief. I think of a grandmother from Texas who had been faithfully taking vitamin D for months, but she was still waking up 3 or 4 times each night. When she added magnesium-rich foods like spinach, almonds, and pumpkin seeds, and a small evening supplement, everything changed. She told me, laughing, "I finally sleep so deeply, my husband has to nudge me in the morning." Now let's pause here. Seniors, hear this clearly. Constant nighttime bathroom trips are not something you have to accept. They're often your body's way of begging for these missing nutrients. Vitamin D, vitamin B12, and magnesium. Together, they calm the nerves, restore proper signals, relax your bladder, and give you back the peace of the night. So picture this. No more rushing to the bathroom at 2 a.m. No more endless hours of staring at the ceiling. No more dragging yourself through your days with exhaustion. Instead, imagine closing your eyes, drifting off, and waking up clear-headed, full of energy, ready to live the day on your terms. I've seen it happen again and again in my practice, and I believe it can happen for you too. The answer isn't always a pill, a surgery, or an expensive treatment. Sometimes it's simply giving your body back what it quietly needs. So tonight, remember this: you are not powerless. Those endless bathroom trips don't have to control your nights anymore. With the right nutrients and simple habits, you can restore your sleep, your energy, and your independence. And if you're watching this right now, take a moment to subscribe so you never miss important updates for seniors like you. And type "night" in the comments below if you're ready for tonight to be the first of many peaceful, uninterrupted nights.